Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to each and every one of you. Today is a fantastic, fantastic day. I hope that everybody is doing exceptionally well. This is Antoinette Marie Speaks, and today is Tuesday. And you know what that means. What today is, it's Tuesday, and we are speaking about, tell me, from defeat to triumph. That's what we're speaking about on today. So get ready, get your pens, your pads of paper, get everything that you need because we have a wonderful guest. And let me tell y'all something. The enemy tried to come in and have us have some technical difficulties, but we're going to speak to some things out there and say we will not have technical difficulties on Antoinette Marie Speaks. That's not what we do because we have dominion over things, right? And so today's guest is Tammy Washington. So before we really get into it, I need for you to do a couple things. I need for you to share this video right now, not when it's done and over with. I need for you to, if you are a YouTuber, hey YouTubers, thank you for joining Antoinette Marie Speaks. And if you're on Facebook, thank you so much for joining on today. So you know what we always say, listen, we love to be on time. And whoever gets here on time are the individuals that get these golden and platinum nuggets. So as you can see, I'm very, very excited. So you got about 30 seconds. Share, ring the little bell, do all of that. Good evening. Let's see who's on here already. Hey, Shamika. Thank you, Shamika, to share it. That's right. Share, 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 share. So I appreciate you, beloved. So this is what I'm going to do. You got about 30 more seconds. And here we're going to just do this.
Today, I wanted to just take a little bit of time just to let you know that you are important and that I love you. And if nobody ever has said it to you, you're going to hear it from me today. You're beautiful, you're handsome, you're divine. This is Antoinette Marie.
Okay, and we are back. So again, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in on this evening, this afternoon, or this morning, depending on where you are. I want to say hello to all of my South African friends out there. Thank you. I know it's early morning for you all. And any of my friends from, not Port Elizabeth, that's South Africa, Perth, Australia. Thank you for joining me. Yay. Hopefully I'll get out there pretty soon. So we're going to bring in Miss Tammy Washington. You ready, Tammy?
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I am fabulous. You can't hear?
Okay, y'all. We can't hear anything. So this is what I need for like individuals that honestly know how to pray. I'm going to remove. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything?
I want to make sure that individuals out there can hear me.
What about
Shamika,
right now?
you can hear me. Can you give me just a thumbs up? And let me know if you can hear Tammy. I hope you all are doing fantastic. That's sometimes it happens. And we just keep going. We keep trucking. Let's see here. Can you hear Tammy? Hey, Patrice.
Should I do a tester?
Patrice, can you hear Tammy? Can you hear me talking?
Hear me?
I can hear both. So you can hear Tammy. So I can't hear her. Can you? Okay, Shamika, can you hear Tammy?
Hello?
I know this is live. This is live, y'all. This is just how it works sometimes. I don't know why. You can hear both. This is on my end.
Yeah, I can hear you
so
fine.
let me take this a loose. And Tammy, can you say something?
Hello, beautiful lady.
Oh
can you hear me
gosh. This is on my end. Let me do something. Let me disconnect something. I know somebody got a song. Come on with the song. Come on in the room. Hold on. Let's see. Can y'all hear me now? I still cannot hear her.
We can hear you.
Let's see here. I'm gonna try this. This is gonna be a good one. This is the only reason why this is happening on today.
How about
Tammy?
now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, we got it. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Shamika. Thank you, Rotanda. You guys are totally awesome. So today we are speaking to Miss Tammy Washington. So let's everybody greet Tammy. So we are very excited for Tammy to be on our show on today, and we are interviewing her. I'm going to turn all of my electronic devices down so that we are not disturbed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, you know how like when you get ready to fight somebody, back in the day, because we ain't fighting nobody now. I hear just a little clicking that's on there. And so I want to make sure we don't hear that as well. So we have Miss Tammy Washington. So I'm going to do a quick intro about Tammy. Now, one of the things, remember, I said, get your pen, your pieces of paper, get whatever you need. I don't know what that noise is, but I think what I need to do, I'm good. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, so we have Miss Tammy Washington. So let me put my little specs on here. So Tammy is a speaker. She's an author. She's an entrepreneur. Tammy has begun her training and development career working with Fortune 500 companies. She trains their employees on how to be better leaders and how to reach their highest potential. And she came to the realization that the power of financial freedom is where she needs to be. She wants to be right there in that vein. And Tammy also has studied on how to change her own financial mindset and soon began traveling the country, teaching individuals how to become financially free. And then after deciding to kick off her corporate heels, yes, we love that, for the beach, y'all. So Tammy, right, you see she has on that lovely necklace. But Tammy probably got some flips on. She does not have on stiletto heels. I can guarantee that, y'all. That's not what she has on. So now Tammy, she helps individuals create a corporate income and with a beach lifestyle through trading, investing, and building businesses. Yay, Tammy. Somebody already said, yay, Tammy. So I want to say welcome. I also want to say to our audience, I know that there's a little bit of back feed. I'm not really sure what it is, but I want you all to bear with us. Tammy is in a whole nother destination. She'll give her introduction. She'll tell you all where she is and what's happening right now. So go ahead, Tammy. Tell us a little bit about yourself. It sounds like somebody's actually typing is what it sounds like.
Hi. Well, it sounds okay. There's a little bit of static on my side. That's all I hear. But other than that, your voice is perfect. So okay. Excellent. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello. So as Antoinette said, my name is Tammy Washington. I'm so excited to be here with you on the show. Truly, I'm grateful. I just, the fact that we even came together about a year ago and we're able to meet each other, and now we get to come back and we get to empower women on changing their lives, and all of this is just amazing to me. So my history is basically, I was a corporate training and development person. And before even that, I had always been somebody who had big dreams, big goals. I just knew that I wanted to have an extraordinary life, and not meaning like better or, than anybody else, but just I wanted to experience all that the world had for me, So even as a kid, my first job was in another state because I was from a very small town in South Carolina. And I remember telling my mom, listen, there are no jobs here, and I want to, buy my own wardrobe for school. And my mom was like, okay, so what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to Atlanta with my cousin. I already talked to her about it. She said I can come for the summer. That's always been the person that I was, where, if I saw something that I wanted, I was just like, listen, I'm going to figure out a way to get it. And so I had that mentality through life, through my career. And as I was entering, I would say probably my late 20s, I realized like, man, I've had this sort of life of adventure. I moved to California when I was 22 by myself, didn't know anybody, started a career. Yeah. In one of the hardest industries out there. I wanted to be an actress. Can you believe? Like, I wanted to be an actress. And I had gotten to a point in my life where I realized like, man, this is not making me happy. This is not making me happy. And it's certainly not making me any money right now. And so I had to really figure out, okay, what is it that I really wanted? What is it that I really wanted? And I realized that the entire reason I wanted to be an actress was because I wanted to be able to motivate other people. And I remember speaking to a life coach. I'd been working with a life coach at that time. And she said, well, why? And she said, well, what does that have to do with acting? And I said, well, nobody's going to listen to me unless I'm famous. And that was the first time that phrase had ever come out of my mouth. And I realized I had put this dream in my heart so that I could get something else, which I believe a lot of women actually do. A lot of us have careers that we don't even know why we are in that career anymore. I know so many people who are attorneys or, executives, things like that. And when you really ask them, are they happy? They say no. And I said, well, why are you doing that? And they said, well, because my mom always wanted me to do that. Or that's what they would say to me when I was a little girl. Oh, you're going to be a teacher when you grow up. And so I just believe that that's who I was made to be. And so that was a huge wake-up call for me, the fact that I had been completely pursuing something for the wrong reasons. And so that's when I got into...
So today's guest...
Is it okay? Hey. So that's kind of when I got into really getting into personal development and understanding how and why people tick. That became kind of my motivation, is to figure out like, why are people doing the things that they're doing, and how do we help them actually get what they want? And so that's what I did in corporate America. I worked in marketing and all kinds of other different fields, but for the most part, what I always had joy from was teaching other women leadership. And I got into financial development because I realized that even though I was helping people, I was this huge motivation person, I always had this block around money. I always had this block around money. And so I had to take those same lessons in personal development and put it in my money life and say, Tammy, why do you interact with money the way that you do? I was an avoider. Okay. Meaning I very rarely opened my bills. I hated opening bills. Just other things. Like I would always wait till the last minute to pay bills, things that made no sense, even if I had the money. And so I really had to dig deep and figure out, what is that? Why do you do the things that you're doing? And how do you start creating the person that you want to be financially? And when I realized how powerful that is to help somebody understand their financial blueprint, why they do the things that they do, and help them to change it, for me, that was probably one of the most empowering things in the world, because we have so much tied to how much money we make or how much money we don't make. So many of us are getting our confidence from that, or our limiting of beliefs from that. So I realized if I can help people change their money beliefs and help them to also make money, I can really make an impact on the world.
Wow. Wow. You have already said a mouthful, and I am just writing down notes. Um, one of the things that I heard you say was that you were an avoider. That is powerful, where you knew what you had to do, you knew that you had the means to do it, and you just didn't do it. That is so powerful, just in itself, to be able to identify that. So let's ask a couple of questions. So tell us right now, where are you in the world right now? Like, where do you stay? Because I asked some of the people, and I said, y'all need for y'all to pray for our reception. So tell people what happened where you felt like, I made up this word called defeatism. So you felt like you were defeated, and then what was that process, and what did that look like?
So I will say first, to answer your first question, I now live in the Dominican Republic. I've lived here for over a year now. I live in Punta Cana.
Okay.
I really, really, really love it. I'm telling you, living on an island it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. And for years, I had the ocean up on my vision boards, up on my computer, everything, every day that I could see, because I said, one day I'm going to live by the ocean. And I'm so grateful to God that it actually has happened now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for me, that point of defeatism was when I started my first business, So as I mentioned, I was a corporate training and development person, if you will. And I loved what I did. And one day, well, several things happened. But one day I realized that my company saw me as indispensable. That's the best way to look at it.
Okay.
That is the best way to look at it. Okay. I went into a meeting in my office, and I realized that there was a chance that I might be laid off, even though there were opportunities to work. And I said, but I'm supposed to be working on this over here. And my manager, who was an amazing manager, said to me, oh, well, I know that you would be really great there, but that manager just doesn't like you. And so for me, in that moment, that was a moment in time when I realized that, wow, following all the rules, getting the great job that everybody says, and I was working with some amazing companies at that time, following all the rules, and somebody else could just say, we're going to let you go because this person over here doesn't like you.
Listen.
That was a wake-up call.
Oh my goodness. So there are so many women that registers to what you have just said. So many women, including myself. So many women. So we're talking to whomever you are on here. You know who you are, because I'm not trying to tell y'all business. However, come on up in this room. So when, like, what did that, I'm going to just say, for like, what emotion beyond, like, okay, were you like, okay, I accept it, or were you like, what you mean?
Girl, well, see, and here's the thing about corporate America. We have to put on that corporate mask.
Yeah.
We have to put on that corporate mask. I had to put on the corporate mask where I was like, okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You didn't have to tell me. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. And as I walked back to my desk, though, it was a mix between anger, frustration. It's that when you're so angry, you got tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
You can't let anybody see you cry.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that in corporate America. But the greatest thing about that moment, Antoinette, I had been saying at that point, I think I had been saying for probably about a year, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. And after that conversation, I didn't even make it home. I literally went back to my desk. I opened up Microsoft Word and I started writing my book. I did.
Wow.
I started writing my book. And I created a plan for myself. I turned my 9 to 5 into a 5 to 9. So what does that mean? My work day was no longer 9 to 5, come home, watch TV. what my work day was from 5 to 9, because I realized something. At the beginning, what I started doing was I'm going to come home after work every day and I'm going to write on my book. And then I realized I was tired after I came home from work every day. I had given somebody else all of my creative ability. And when I came home, I had no energy. I had no time for my own project. So I turned my 9 to 5 into a 5 to 9, meaning my day started at 5 a.m. So from 5 to 7, I gave myself the best 2 hours of my day. I gave myself my creativity. So I wrote my book from 5 to 7. I canceled my lunch break, meaning every day I brought my own food to school, food to work. Okay. I felt like I was in school to work. And I sat and I ate lunch at my desk. And that hour that I had for my lunch break, I wrote my book. When I came home from work at 5, I would eat dinner. From 6 to 9, I would write my book. And I'm going to tell you, I wrote my book in 6 weeks.
Come on.
From beginning to launch party. 6 weeks.
Listen, so let me just do this PSA, public service announcement, to everybody that's out there saying, I don't have enough time. I don't have the time. Stop it. Beloved, you do have the time. You now need to take the time and manage it well. So you just heard our sister Queen on here say, listen, she said, after she had given all her energy away to a corporation that said, I just, like when you were telling that story, I almost had a flashback. Literally almost had a flashback to a corporations, disclosure. I'm not digging on nobody's company or disclosure or corporation. We're not doing that. Love it. Training. We can do it. Don't call us. Let us know. However, after she had been at a place all day and then she comes home, you're tired. So she made a decision. And every single time I come on here, I always tell individuals, God is not going to sprinkle fairy juice down. He's not going to do it for you, beloved. You have to make a decision. And what's so beautiful in that time right there, she was not an avoider. Not on that one. Did you hear her say she wrote a book in 6 weeks? Listen, I just want to know, wait. Y'all know I got to say it at least once. Lean on in. What y'all doing out there? 6 weeks. She wrote a book from start to finish. All right, Tammy, come on, Miss Washington. Let us know. Give us some more juicy information.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? You were going in and out just a little bit.
Oh, I said, come on, Miss Washington.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
I can hear you.
Uh-oh. You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No. Can you hear me?
No. We can hear you.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I can hear you.
Okay. Great. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the last question?
Absolutely. So I was saying, with everything that you just talked, and had this conversation about the corporate America and that venue. So what happened from there? So you started writing your book. You finished it in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. What else happened? What were your next steps?
Okay, I think it was kind of going in and out, but I think you said basically what happened after the book, right? What happened after there?
Yep.
Okay, great. So after the book, basically I started speaking. I started basically the dual career, like a lot of women do. You're working in corporate America, during the day, but on the weekend I was out doing speaking engagements, selling my book. And I got to a place where I was just like, oh my gosh, like I just want to do this. I would go and Antoinette, you would go speak to audiences. Women would come up afterwards, tell you their story. Like it was fabulous. It was fabulous. And I realized, like, man, I really want to do this. But I did the one mistake that a lot of women make. Okay. I left my job too early.
Come on, Tammy.
I left my job too early. I got excited. I was like, wait a minute. I just made $600 this weekend. Oh, so if I did that 5 days a week, okay. But the truth is, it doesn't always work that way.
So that is I love this. Yeah, I love this because you're being very open and very vulnerable because this is real. And I always say a lot of times, I say you have to have a plan. Excuse daughter, I'm on live. You're gonna have to calm down. Okay, this live, y'all. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. So first, tell us the name of your book, and then keep going.
Nailed it. Be it, do it, achieve it. And the whole premise of the book is that whatever it is that you want to be, you got to be that first. Then you do the actions and then you can achieve it. Most of us are so focused on trying to achieve the goal that we miss the fact that we have to be the person who can achieve that goal.
Okay,
So
good.
that's
That's
what the
good
book
stuff.
does. You to be the person who can actually get that result that you want to see. Because listen, if you want flat abs, you can have flat abs, but you have to be the kind of person who eats right and goes to the gym.
Ooh.
It's in the being. You have to say, this is who I am. I am someone who goes to the gym. Financially, I am someone who manages her money well. I am someone who looks into ways to create multiple streams of income. So you attach yourself to the being and not the result. That's what the book is about. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
that is good right there. That is good right there. She said you have to be it. And if you want flat abs like Tracy Randolph, you cannot sit up and be eating popcorn, potato chips, hot flamers, pickles, chocolate ice cream. You just cannot do it. So stop saying, I really want flat abs. No, you don't. No,
Right.
You do not. All right, Miss Tammy Washington, that is so good. So talk to us a little bit about, you said that you realized that you left too soon. Talk about that. How, what was that epiphany?
Well, the epiphany was when I had to move out of my apartment. That's a big epiphany. When you're like, wait a minute, I got more money going out than more money coming in. So yeah, I started doing speaking engagements, and I thought that it was just going to keep going. I thought it was just going to be easy. And a couple of months after I left my job, it just felt like everything stopped, and I'd spent a lot of money on my business, like hiring coaches, thousands of dollars, like one person, $20,000 to help me learn how to get speaking engagements and things like that. Yeah. So my savings account went down fast.
Wow.
So, yeah. So listen, I'm like, listen, I have paid and invested for the career that I wanted to have. I always believed in classes. I always believed in coaches, things like that. And so that's where a lot of it went. And so pretty soon after a couple of months, I actually had to call my parents. Believe, like, as a woman, out there empowering people, I had to call my parents and say, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to make rent this month. And my dad had to help me. And for me, that was probably the lowest moment. That was probably the lowest moment I think I've ever had in my life. Just that feeling of, I got to call my dad as an adult and have him bail me out, because I left my job when everybody in my family said, don't you leave that job. So I had to go back and say, yeah, you were right. But, God pulled me through that. So during that journey, I had to learn a lot about entrepreneurship. I had to learn a lot about just, again, my money mindset, because when you got a lot of money coming in, you can do silly things, know, but when that money is tight, your money personality really comes out. Then you really see who you really are when it comes to money. And so, for me, that's when I had to get serious about that. And I remember reading a book called The Millionaire Mind. That book definitely changed my life. And then I went to a seminar that weekend. It was a free seminar, and I was so grateful that the seminar was free. And that literally transformed my life in 3 days. And the way I saw money, the way I interacted with money. And I remember sitting in the audience at that event, and I looked up at the trainer on stage, and I said, one day I'm going to be on that stage. I said, I'm going to be on that stage. And 2 years later, I was on that stage, traveling around the country, teaching other people the same things that I had learned in that seminar. And it was just incredibly empowering. And so, in the words of one of my mentors, who said to me, Tammy, as a motivational speaker, it's one thing to motivate people and uplift them. It's a whole nother thing when you can put money in their pockets.
Ooh.
That's a whole different level of empowerment. And I never forgot that. And so for me,
Wow.
that's why I love empowering women to be able to create multiple streams of income.
Wow. Oh, listen, y'all, if y'all don't have your pen and piece of paper, y'all gonna have to do hashtag replay, because she has already given so many nuggets up in here. She done nailed it. She is it. She doing it, and she done achieved it. Y'all need to definitely go out and get her book, and she'll talk a little bit about at the end where you can go and get that. I'm telling you, I'm the host, and I'm writing stuff down. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So okay, so tell us a little bit about when you knew that. So now you're this this motivational speaker. You're doing really great things in the world of speaking and helping individuals gain wealth. So talk to us a little bit about the wealth piece, Tammy. We're not gonna let you leave here until we talk about this cash, these coins. We got to hear the coins. I don't want to hear no coins, jiggle. All I want is the paper.
Yes.
Or some Bitcoin. We'll do some Bitcoin too.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's interesting because right now what I'm doing is helping women to learn how to make money in the foreign exchange market, and then also through business building as well. Okay. And so like there's just a couple of things that are just troubling to me always. Just in 2020, the number one way right now for a woman to go into bankruptcy is still through divorce.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy? That is still
That's
just fascinating to me, you know? And they've always said if you empower a woman financially, you actually empower a community, because a woman is 10 times more likely to teach the other women around her how to also make money. And so that's why a lot of organizations, when they go into third world countries, things like that, they try to educate the women, because you educate the woman, you will also automatically educate the child, because usually she's going to teach that to her offspring. And so what I would say right now is that not enough of us know about the markets. And I, for one, didn't know myself. I just really started learning last year. I can honestly say that. And the reason why I think a lot of women don't is because it feels so big and it feels so difficult. But I linked up with an academy that actually made it simple for women, made it simple for us. You know, if it goes up and hits a red line, we're going to sell. If it goes down and hits a blue line, we're going to buy, you know? And that has empowered so many people. Right now, the biggest people who are coming to me saying, hey, I want to learn Forex, are people who are nurses and teachers. Isn't that crazy? Nurses and teachers, because they're both like, these people are trying to put my life in danger, and I got to figure out another way out to do it, you know? Those are the conversations I'm having every day, because a lot of people are realizing that the things that I thought were so secure aren't. So I better learn how to make money from anywhere. I better learn how the currency markets run. I better understand what it means when I'm looking at a chart with the United States dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And what does it mean when I hear people say gold is going or silver is going up, you know? So it's not, I think the biggest thing that women have to understand is that it's not as hard as you think. It can be as simple as pressing a red button or a green button. That's what I've been helping people to do. And I'm a part of an amazing organization called Rich Girls Trade, started by Tamara Boykin Young out of Detroit, Michigan. She's one of my mentors. It's been a six-figure earner since she was 22 years old, and she's a sister, you know? And it's been her mission to help women all over the world. All over the world. And we help men too. Rich Girls Trade, Rich Guys Trade. But primarily we help women to learn how to make money in these markets. And I'm telling you, ladies, the first time you take a trade and you make money in 3 minutes, it will change your life. It will change your life.
Listen, I know we have a lot of individuals on here that may fit that, you know, that example, you know, almost like exactly where Tammy was. And one of the things I want to say is that this is definitely the season of collaboration. I said that earlier. And all you have to do is get the knowledge. That's really what you have to
Yeah.
do first. Like that's your first step, is to get that knowledge. And as I said before, Tracy, you have the capability to reach out to her. She can help you, I'm sure, go through the process of, you know, what trades look like. I see somebody saying, Mimi, what trades look like? What does, are we talking about stocks? Are we talking about ETFs? Are we, are we talking about REITs? What are we talking about? So for our audience out there, Tammy, give a little bit of an example of what was your greatest profit versus investment.
So the great thing about trading is that you can make money, you can make large amounts of money in small amounts of time. Okay. So there have been times when you can make $100 in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so for a lot of women, they're like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
So I take small trades, I've taken large trades, but I think as far as time frame versus profit, making $100 in 3 minutes was the fastest I've ever done it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, do you, for the people that are online, also on Facebook and also on YouTube, can you talk a little bit about where, let's say, for instance, somebody right now, I want to say this as a disclosure. Tammy has not said she is a broker, right?
Right. I'm not. Right.
So I want to make sure we're putting that disclosure out there. She's not a broker. I'm not a broker. However, she wants to see you win. And if there's something that she has done that can help you, and it fits with what your lifestyle is, then reach out to her. Okay. And obviously, we're doing this as an interview because we just want to give you a little taste. It's going to give you a little taste of the capability that you have within your own self. So let's say this, Tammy. So let's say if somebody had $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had $1,000 cash money. No, let me word that differently. See, I get my little bird in me saying, girl, don't say it like that. So if I had, there I go. If I had $1,000, what would be some place that you would maybe, where could I invest it? I'll say it that way. Where could I invest it?
Okay. So the first thing that I would start looking at are some digital currencies. Okay. I would start looking at digital currencies right now. People, everybody knows about Bitcoin, right? Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of other coins that are where Bitcoin was, and they're going to be where Bitcoin is in a couple years, but we don't know anything about them, right? Ripple, mm-hmm. Ethereum, Tesla, like there's so many coins out there. There's over 1,600. And so you have to kind of look and see which one works for you. One thing I do love about our academy is the fact that we go through and we teach you about the different Bitcoins. I'm sorry, the different types of coin. But I would say, and the thing is, and I really hesitate from saying, this is what I think that you should do, sure, because I don't want anybody to go out and do something because I said it. I think you should learn on your own. But so I will say it this way. I think you guys should really look at Ripple. I think everybody should know about Ripple. I think that it's XRP is also the call letters for it. So look up XRP, and I think you should really pay attention to what's happening with Ripple right now.
Y'all have heard what she said. I'm not gonna repeat it, because if you didn't hear it, #replay. That's all I'm gonna say. And one of the things I always say is that it's so phenomenal that we have such a vast array of individuals, of women that are so knowledgeable. I'm telling you, I get it 100% why individuals want to educate women. We love y'all, man. We really do. But just go over to the side for just a couple seconds. Because it is absolutely correct. Women can educate a nation, can educate a community, right? And so I think that is something that we have to go back and think about. I remember hearing somebody say, oh, listen, Tammy, they don't put this stuff all up in the chat. They said, we're going to make us some money today, someday. I remember hearing somebody say, you can do a lot of great things, but You got to have an initiative. And for some people, their initiative is, I want to help single moms. For somebody else, it may be ex-superwoman women that took off the superwoman's cape, is no longer wearing stiletto heels, not unless they want to for something else. Yeah. But other than that, we have to have an initiative. Why do I do what I do? And I spoke earlier today about purpose. So talk to the audience a little bit, and then I have like three questions that I want you to answer. So talk to the audience a little bit about, once you came from out of corporate America and now you are an investor, how does that allow for you to have your freedom?
Yeah. So the great thing about it is, because I trade, okay, I trade 3 to 5 times out of the week. Okay. I trade Sunday nights at 11, Wednesday nights at 11, Thursday nights at 11. And then I trade Tuesdays and Thursdays during lunchtime. And those are the times when my favorite traders that I trade with, that's when they trade. And that's when my team, we all trade together as a team. Okay. That means that I have, I don't even know how many hours we have in a week, because I only spend 5 hours trading, but the rest of that time I literally can do whatever it is that I want. And so one of the things that I love, and a lot of people get mad at, because they're like, you're always posting beach pictures. I'm like, I live by the beach. What do you expect? That's what I do. That's the fun thing to do here. Like we're still dealing with Corona over here, so there's not a lot of stuff open. So yeah, go to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a terrible life.
Right.
But yeah, so it opens up a lot of space and time. And so I tell a lot of women, because some people will say, well, I don't know if I have time to trade. And I'm like, well, it doesn't take that long, and you can really set your own hours and do it when it's best for you. Trading at, 30 to 40, 45 minutes a day, an hour a day, if that's what works for you. And then you can use that income to fund your other things, because I also build a business around, telling people that, hey, Forex is there. You should learn how to make money in the markets. You can make money in minutes, And so I spend a lot of time working with my team, helping them to become better, helping other people to understand and get the education that they need. It just frees me up to do the things that I really love to do, which is really, for me, empowering other people.
Wonderful. So we got people, they're asking, so what would be like the initial investment for someone that wanted to be a part of your team?
It's only $235.
$235. And what does that get someone? What does that entail?
Glad you asked. It actually gives people the opportunity to learn all the basics about foreign exchange and how to trade in the foreign exchange market. So you literally will learn from the beginning, what is a buy? What is a sell? I'm like, listen, if you've never heard of trading or investing, this is the place to do it, because they're going to break every single thing down for you. So they're going to give you a basic academy that's going to teach you everything that you need to do, taking you from beginner to mastery. What we also have that I love, we have educators, and those educators, we have over 140 different educators on our platform. Those educators are paid to sit there and analyze the market for us, and they guide us trading. So I'll get onto a trade session with my favorite trader, and they'll say, hey guys, we're looking at the euro and the United States dollar. Okay. When it gets up to this point right here, when it gets up to this number, we're all going to get in for a sell. And when it gets to that point, he says, all right, guys, we're getting in for a sell. I press a red button on my phone, and in 3 minutes I make money. And for me, I'm like, I cannot believe this is my life. The third thing that we do is we actually have scanners for the people on the go who can't sit down for an actual trade session. We have scanners that scan the web that help people to learn how to trade on their own, which I use them all the time. And then the fourth thing really is our community. We have the most amazing community that I have ever been a part of. Listen, as a woman of color, okay, a Black woman in corporate America, I always felt like I had to fight for a seat at the table. I had to fight for my place. I had to fight. I had to make sure I said the right things all the time, because I knew that some people think in the terms of, well, we gave one Black woman a chance, we can't give another one because she messed up, or, you know, I understood that my race and my gender, you know, are on my shoulder. So I always got to put in the best impression, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of pressure. That's a
It
lot of pressure.
is.
So it's amazing to be a part of a group where there are women who look just like me, sound just like me, who are making $100,000 a month, $50,000 a month, and I get to learn from them. And they're like, sis, what do you need? How can I help you? How can I help you get to your dreams and your goals? For me, that has been the whole thing. That has been the entire, like, I'm like, listen, that's worth everything right there. So
So
yeah.
that was worth your $235 investment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Absolutely. Wow. I tell you, I want to read to you some of these comments on here, because one of the things that we do here is that we want to keep individuals, even our guests, we want to keep you encouraged. So we had somebody on here. We got a lot of comments, but we have somebody on here. Shamika says, I know that feeling, she's trying to hold back tears, just based on what you said, even about your job and how you felt, and how they, I'll say, handled you in that. So thank you, Shamika. Tracy said that corporate life will suck the life out of you if you let it. Yes, indeed, Miss Tracy Randolph. Let's see, Betty's. Oh, hey, Betty. Betty is watching. Betty said we can hear you. And then Betty said, "Amen. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan." Shamika came back and said, "You have resonated in something in me." Wow. There was one post. Somebody said, "Sis, get off my toes." Carrie said, "Get off of my toes." She said, "Right, sis." She said, "She got me running around in my kitchen right now."
Wow.
Yes, it is amazing. And I think this is one of the reasons why I decided to have a platform where individuals can really reach out through their own story. Yeah. I always say we are access to somebody else's life being able to be released. You know, we have Tina. Tina said TYNA. Hey, Tina. Tina said hashtag replay, replay, replay. And again, after that, you need to replay. And so we have somebody said, I need to, they're talking to you. They said, Tammy, I need to be your Facebook friend. Show me how to follow you. That was, yeah, Tammy Washington. Y'all can find her. Y'all see this gorgeous face. Y'all know who that is. That was Shamika said that as well. And then, somebody said, Tammy, you look amazing. Give him a shot. Give him a profile. Give all of that. So tell us this as we get ready to kind of end this. What would be 2 things that you would say to an individual, and specifically a woman? And I'm going to drill down, specifically a woman of color. What would you say to her if she was in your position? She's in corporate America. She feels like the life has been sucked out of her. She doesn't have even the time to eat, drink, or go to the bathroom. And she knows there's something else that she wants to do, or a greater calling up on her life. What should she do first? And how should she create a plan for her life as she transitions out?
Absolutely. Got it. Okay, great. So when people start to say things like, oh my gosh, it's sucking the life out of me, you're very focused on the here and now. So the first thing that I would tell any and everybody to do is, number 1, write out your dream life. Write out your dream life. Get notebooks, a pad and paper, close your eyes, get maybe your favorite coffee or something, whatever it is for you, and just write out your dream life, a day in the life. I wake up in the morning, I open my eyes, and what do you see? Describe your bedroom. sunlight streaming in. What's out there? Grass, beach, whatever. What is it? Write out that dream life, okay? So that you can hold that close. And what will often happen is when you start writing out your dream life, a lot of times everybody thinks like they don't want to work. But a lot of times it's that they want more fulfilling work. And so I'll put that when I do that exercise with people, I will say, listen, so now let's talk about work. You're going into your office. What kind of people are there? What are you guys doing there? What do you see in that vision, of your perfect day? Write that out and get crystal clear, okay? Once you get crystal clear with that vision, then start looking at, so what would I have to do now to start getting that? Okay. What would I have to start doing? And so what's going to end up happening is usually you're going to start thinking in terms of skill building. Okay. Skill building. Okay. A lot of people say, well, I want to coach other women, or I want to help other women. I want to have this nonprofit. Okay, great. So that means you got to start building some skills. What are the skills required to be able to do that?
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
All right. And then what I also recommend, this is a great exercise. And it's hard to do it on yourself, but if you can find somebody who can walk you through it with you, friends and friends, have each other do it together. If you can go out in time, 2025 or 2030, and you have that dream life, and close your eyes and just almost like a timeline, like you can see it happening like a movie, but in reverse. Look at what was the last thing that had to happen, and then what had to happen before then, and what had to happen before then, and what had to happen before then, in order for all of those pieces to fit together for you to be living in that house, working that type of work, having that type of lifestyle. And what happens when I do this with people, what happens is they start to connect the dots in ways that they never thought of before. And so what this does is it starts to open up the possibilities. Okay. I knew for years I wanted to live on an island, or not necessarily on an island, but I knew that I wanted to live at the beach. I knew that I wanted to have a beach lifestyle. Okay. Forex was a way I never thought in a million years that I could do it, but it helped me to get there. Why? Because I wasn't attached with, I still to this day love leadership coaching. I love speaking and development. But when I looked at that bigger vision of what I wanted to be, married, and this is where my love was, okay, living on the beach, I had to find something and say yes to that which would give me the lifestyle that I wanted to see.
Say that one more time. Say that one more again now, because they did not hear you. But I'm talking about to the people that's in the pews in the back.
I had to be willing to say yes to that which would give me the lifestyle that I wanted to see. Okay. So you have to ask yourself, is what you're doing right now going to get you to that lifestyle that you're dreaming about? And if it doesn't, then you have to say yes to something different.
That is so good. That is so good. That is so good. That is when listen, that's so good on so many different levels. It's so good on so many different levels that you have the opportunity, women, you have the opportunity to do it. However you go about doing that, it's 100% on you. So there's nothing that we have to search outside of ourselves to get us to the place where we know what we want and what we desire. And I love, Tammy, what you said about, you have to do it backwards. Like, I want this. What is it going to take, whether it's skill building and some other things, for me to get to what I really want to see? That's the real work right there. And I'm so glad that you spoke about that, because it is beyond just a vision board or a life board. It is really taking some time, getting a journal, start to scribe and envision, so we can manifest this, what you just said that you were going to be doing. I tell you, that is beautiful. Just the way that you said it, and you said it more eloquently than I, but it's just beautiful. So now, tell us a little bit about how can people reach you? Say again the name of your book, and so that they can connect with you and reach out.
Sure. My name is Tammy Washington. Okay. The best way the best way to connect with me, honestly, is through Facebook. I run my entire business through Facebook. I have a website, but listen, Facebook is the best way to see who I am, understand who I am, connect with me. Let's have a conversation. That's the best way. And then my book is called Nailed It, Be It, Do It, Achieve It.
Listen, if you all want to go and live in the DR, Dominican Republic, or you want to be in Hawaii, or you want to be in Japan, it is 100% up to you. And I definitely, you're right, Tina. Tina said, lean in. You're right. That was a lean in moment, Tina, particularly on those last couple things that Tammy was speaking about. And listen, it's all up to us. It's not up to anyone else. It's up to you. We see the ring, Tammy. I see, listen, ladies, we see Tammy, she beaming the ring on her finger. So we're gonna go ahead and ask about this big rock that she got on her hand.
I'm like this, sorry.
So tell us about the big ring. Tell us about the big day.
But engaged people don't know how to act anyway. We don't know how to act. Everything that we do, we gotta say, girl,
I didn't.
For me, gosh, that was man. When I tell you about all the years I prayed for a man and all of this stuff, who would have known that I would have met him on my 36th birthday? And if there's any woman out there struggling with, God, where is he? Where is my man? I would say just relax.
Yes.
Relax. If I knew I was going to meet him on my 36th birthday, I would have had fun for 35 years. But instead, for most of that time, I was worrying, praying, trying to figure out, Lord, where is he? And he was like, he's on an island. You gonna go on your 36th birthday. You gonna meet him. You gonna fall in love. And then a year later, you gonna move over there to be with him. So I just wish that I had known that, because I lost a lot of sleep for nothing. So ladies, relax. If you're single, he's coming.
Yeah, he is coming. Relax. That's all she got to say. She did great. Relax. So again, we want to thank Tammy Washington, our investor, Tammy Washington. Woo! We want to thank you for being and joining us today on Antoinette Marie Speaks. You really gave a lot of golden nuggets to our audience. We already know we got so many people saying they need to do the replay, and I agree with y'all. You need to do the replay. And so we just want to say thank you. We want to say thank you for your expertise. Thank you for your skill, your talent. Thank you for taking out some time. We see your curtain back there is, bristling in the wind, and some of us got snow. I don't know. And so we want to say thank you for taking the time to come and speak to our audience. And as everyone knows, Tammy Washington, she already said you can reach her on Facebook. She has her book. I'm going to say it myself. It's called Nailed It, Be It, Do It, Achieve It. And so reach out to her. Any other products that you have out there?
No, that's it. Okay. And if anybody's interested in the academy that I mentioned, just tell them to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to get on a call and share with them the information, so they'll have all the details.
Wonderful. And if if you're an individual and you're like, I'm not sure I want to do it by myself, then bring in somebody else so that you guys can go through the academy together. You can learn together, so you don't feel isolated. But you won't feel isolated anyway, because she already said number 4 was community. So you're not going to feel isolated either way. So it is time. I know people like, oh, I got some coins. We want that paper. We want paper, or whatever type of other foreign. When she talked about that foreign currency, y'all, there's so much to that. Yeah, it's so much that. Don't think that you can go out here and just kind of do it on your own. Don't make the mistakes that I made. I lost thousands of dollars in the stock market, S&P, NASDAQ when I was younger. I'm telling you, I was just, let me. Anyway, I am wiser now.
Get a mentor.
Get a mentor. For real, get a mentor. So Tina, I expect for you, Miss Tina and Shamika, that y'all will be calling on Miss Tammy Washington sometime this week. Okay, so let me know that you guys did get in contact with her. And listen, you do what you got to do to help yourself, for one, and your family to be exactly what you want it to be. What you see it being, that's what you want to do. So y'all stay on. Tammy, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much, Antoinette.
You're very welcome, very welcome. And we look forward to doing some things with you in the future. And keep making that money, Sugar Pie.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye. All right, y'all, listen. That was some great stuff, wasn't it? That was some really, really great information. And we were just on here literally just an hour, 60 minutes. I bet y'all didn't know there was a woman of beauty and a woman of color that was out there making thousands and thousands of dollars. You didn't know, huh? Listen, I always say that there are things, if you would just give our God the opportunity to be able to feed you and to be able to intercept your brain to let you know there's greatness out here, because God created Tammy Washington, right? Because God created her. And so being that he created her in whose image? He created her in his own image. And so all that great information that you heard her speak about, she's doing it because God has given her the opportunity to do it. And she doesn't want to do it by herself, right? We have to collaborate, y'all. So I'm looking forward to hearing you. And I forgot to turn my light on, but I'm not going to get up because we're almost done. But I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you about if you became an investor, and how you became an investor and what that actually looked like. I so look forward to that. And as I say, always join me in the triad on this coming Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Myself, Shamika Willis, as well as Anthony Williams. Y'all know we all got W's on our last name, right? Yeah, I figured that out too. Some of y'all probably had already figured it out. And as always, if you have a husband or you have a wife, please love on them. Let them know that they are important to you. Let them know that you love them. Love is an action. Love is not just a word that we speak. We love, we show people love. Also, if you have children, let your children know that they are important to you, that they are also important to your trajectory, because they are. We are here to raise magnificent, godly men and women so that they can take themselves to whatever that next level is in life. And guess what? You are so important. You are so important. So share this video, like the video. And if you are on YouTube, hey, my YouTube subscribers, if you're not a YouTube subscriber, please go online. You can subscribe to YouTube, Antoinette Marie Speaks. I would appreciate that. And hey, y'all, let's hear about some great things that are happening in the world of foreign currency. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Be well. And as I say always, welcome home, beloved.
Today, I wanted to just take a little bit of time just to let you know that you are important and that I love you. And if nobody ever has said it to you, you're going to hear it from me today. You're beautiful, you're handsome, you're divine. This is Antoinette Marie.